2 items on my offseason wish list checked off in just one move. Thank you, Chicago, and thank you, Buffalo, for making sure that DJ Moore gets a new opportunity. Josh Allen gets himself a number 1 wide receiver, and now the weapons in Chicago have one less mouth to feed. Per Adam Schefter, the compensation has been agreed upon. The Buffalo Bills are going to be getting DJ Moore and a 2026 5th-round draft pick, and the Chicago Bears in return will be getting a 2026 2nd-round draft pick. And this is one of those trades that really help a majority of everyone involved. And let's start with the Chicago Bears. This offseason, a few different times, I have said I want to see DJ Moore traded. Why? Number one, because DJ Moore, he deserves to go to an opportunity where he can flourish, because he wasn't in that opportunity anymore. He's got so many weapons around him that even with a creative offense with Ben Johnson, he wasn't going to get consistent targets. And number two, all of the very talented players around him were going to miss out on their ceiling because DJ Moore was still going to get targets as well. Now Rome Odunze, Luther Burden, and Colston Loveland can maybe start to hit their ceiling on a more consistent basis. I did some updated tight end rankings just a few days ago on one of my live shows, and at that time I said Colston Loveland, if DJ Moore was traded, could be the tight end 3 for me heading into 2026. And I'm going to reaffirm that right now. Colston Loveland is my tight end 3 as of this moment, barring what happens the rest of the offseason, other trades, and the draft as well. So Colston Loveland, what we saw from him at the end of the season and in the playoffs is something that we could see on a much more consistent basis. With no DJ Moore in tow now, those targets that used to go to DJ Moore, especially at the beginning of the season, hopefully can start to filter out to Colston Loveland on a more consistent basis. I don't want to like and link the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears all that often. Ben Johnson is his own guy now. He can do some different things. What he did in Detroit may not necessarily happen in Chicago. But I think what we could see in Chicago is Sam Laporta equals Colston Loveland, a guy that has top 5 tight end upside that may disappear every once in a while because somebody else is going to get fed or the run game is going to be really good. And because of that, he's going to have some up and down performances. But who doesn't at the tight end position? Jameson Williams in Detroit, I think, is going to equal Rome Odunze moving forward, where Rome Odunze is going to be a guy that won't be super consistent. He's going to have some up and down games, but his big games will be big. So if you are using like best ball picks on wide receivers that you think could go absolute ham 5-6 times a season, Rome Odunze could end up being one of those guys. And Amon-Ra St. Brown equals Luther Burden. Now, do I think Luther Burden is as good as Amon-Ra St. Brown or is a top 5 wide receiver? No, I'm not going to go that far. But what I will say is I think he could be the more consistent producer in this offense. A guy that ends up seeing the most targets on a weekly basis. The one that's utilized a little bit more, whether it be in the flat, over the middle, those out routes, crossing routes, things of that nature. And Luther Burden, with his big playability, could end up being one of the more steady, reliable options in this Chicago offense. All 3 of these guys are trending up for me. No DJ Moore equals more target opportunity, and more target opportunity equals more opportunity for upside, especially considering the fact that as of right now, Chicago's defense, it might struggle a little bit, and they still have a lot of work to do on that side of the ball. So the offense could be eating all season long. Now let's talk about the Buffalo Bills. And before we go into DJ Moore specifically, let's talk about how DJ Moore affects the players around him. Buffalo needed a wide receiver 1, something else on my offseason wish list. Buffalo getting a wide receiver 1. And I thought maybe it would happen in the draft. And I've talked about Denzel Boston being the perfect fit for Buffalo at the end of the first round. And now that may not end up happening, that they have DJ Moore. So what happens to the rest of the Buffalo Bills? Now, I do not want to rule out the Buffalo Bills adding another wide receiver, whether it be a young guy through the draft with a lot of upside, or whether it be a veteran to play opposite of DJ Moore to just help take the pressure off and give Josh Allen another opportunity. Whatever it may be, I still think that they could add somebody and send Keon Coleman to the bench on a regular basis, because so far, that guy has not showed us much of anything with one of, if not the best quarterback in the NFL. DJ Moore takes over as the wide receiver 1, but that doesn't mean that it can't help Khalil Shakir. Maybe Khalil Shakir doesn't see the type of volume that we've become accustomed to the last 2 seasons, but maybe he becomes way more efficient. And that could be a really good offset, because even if he loses some targets and that PPR volume that people gravitated to disappears, more efficient volume, even though it's less volume, equals more fantasy potential. Give me a guy that is way more efficient with higher upside than what Khalil Shakir and a guy like Wan'Dale Robinson have shown the last couple of years. A decent amount of targets, a lot of receptions, but they don't really turn those receptions into a ton of yards or touchdowns. I think Khalil Shakir has an opportunity to find himself as a solid wide receiver 3 this season, but with a little bit more upside than what we've seen. I don't love this for Dalton Kincaid, and the reason that I've got Dalton Kincaid more trending down after this move is because Dalton Kincaid just hasn't been able to showcase the athleticism and the breakout potential, whether it be because of injuries or other things over the last couple of years in the league. He could have easily been the #1 target on this team, and it just hasn't flourished. Again, maybe it's because of the injuries. I don't know. Maybe it's just because of the way he's been utilized. But for DJ Moore coming in, I think that's going to take target opportunities away from Dalton Kincaid, because you still have Dawson Knox as well. And obviously, this just helps Josh Allen. He's the QB1 for, I would say, almost everybody in their rankings right now. For those of you that don't have Josh Allen at QB1, then you probably got him at 2, at the very lowest 3. But for me, this really solidifies him as the QB1 in redraft leagues this year. Now he's got a legitimate veteran weapon that can win all over the field, and hopefully Joe Brady can utilize him a little bit better than what we've seen over the past couple of years. DJ Moore is still only 29 years old, and now he gets an opportunity with the best quarterback in the NFL in a system that is not changing. Joe Brady, remember, being elevated from offensive coordinator to head coach. So there's going to be some consistency, even though they've made a change at the head coach position. And DJ Moore may be in his best situation since he has entered the league at this point. So what do we see for DJ Moore now? It's hard not to be excited about the fact that DJ Moore could be a top 12 wide receiver. I don't know if I want to go there just yet, but he's firmly inside my top 24, and that's pretty easy at this point. DJ Moore should walk right in and be the #1 target immediately for Josh Allen. Stefon Diggs, when he came over to Buffalo, when Josh Allen was younger and just drafted, that was where Josh Allen really kind of ascended, and him and Stefon Diggs were linked up, and he made Stefon Diggs a legitimate wide receiver 1 every single season. DJ Moore could end up doing the same exact thing now. Josh Allen is one of the top quarterbacks, if not the top quarterback in all of football. And if it's not possible to help him take his game to another level, at least DJ Moore is going to help him solidify an already stronger game. But it's been a while since Josh Allen has had a legitimate wide receiver 1 option. He's been trying to piece things together with guys that on a lot of other teams are wide receiver 2s at best, and maybe bench rotational options at worst. And oh man, this solidifies James Cook as a top 5 running back for me as well. A legitimate option like DJ Moore to just run those crossing routes, those intermediate routes, to pull those linebackers away from the line of scrimmage, to get those safeties away from helping in the box. That can do a ton of help for a running back that's already been very good over the last couple of years. I think DJ Moore in Buffalo is an absolute game changer for him and basically everybody else on that offense. But Headliner Nation, let me know down in the comments what you think. DJ Moore, top 12 wide receiver, is that too spicy? If it is too spicy, then what do you see? Top 24? Do you think maybe that this is not a good deal for DJ Moore? Is there some reason that you're going against the grain at this point and you're not nearly as excited? Let me know down in the comments below. But more importantly, Headliner Nation, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here, bell notifications on, hype the video if you can, and stay safe and stay healthy. And I'll catch you on the next episode of the Fantasy Headliners.
Analytics off the chain, other channels not the same. Jake and Kyle, you know the name. Headliner Nation, we running the game.